Imagine a truth so uncomfortable, so disruptive, that entire societies spent centuries hiding it. A truth whispered in ancient courts, passed in coded language between kings, generals, and philosophers, but never spoken directly to the ordinary man. Machiavelli understood this truth, though he never said it using the language of romance. He spoke it through power, through strategy, through the psychology of human nature, a psychology that applies to women, desire, and relationships more precisely than anything written in modern times. And the truth is this: desire does not follow kindness, logic, or fairness. Desire follows power. Not dominance, not cruelty, power in its purest form. Self-mastery, restraint, purpose, and controlled unpredictability. Most men are raised believing that desire grows from devotion, availability, and emotional transparency. They think that if they make themselves soft enough, warm enough, predictable enough, they will be chosen. But Machiavelli would have told them the opposite. He wrote that human beings, when offered guaranteed loyalty, instinctively begin to devalue it. When something is always accessible, it loses its mystique. And in the realm of desire, mystique is oxygen. Remove it, and everything suffocates. The forbidden secret is this: women do not desire men who center their identity around them. They desire men who remain centered in themselves. Men whose presence carries a quiet authority. Men whose emotions do not sway like a candle in the wind every time they receive a text or a compliment or a moment of attention. A man like this is not playing games. He is simply governed by his own compass. And that independence, emotional, psychological, spiritual, creates the very tension that ignites desire. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." But in the emotional world, fear does not mean intimidation. It means a sense of loss embedded in your presence. It means there is something in you that cannot be fully possessed, controlled, or predicted. The modern man exposes everything too early. His intentions, his fears, his longing, his availability. He hands over the entire map of his emotional world on the first day and then wonders why the other person stops exploring. There is no territory left unknown. No mystery, no contrast, no tension. What Machiavelli understood is that the unpredictable man, the one who maintains purpose above desire, creates emotional elevation. Not chaos, not manipulation, but depth. Women desire men who move in alignment with their mission, not in orbit around affection. The man who is consumed by another person signals that he has abandoned his own kingdom. Machiavelli would call him unfit to rule even the smallest province of his own life. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who abandons his crown. If you want to understand desire, observe not the words people say, but the choices they make. A woman says she wants stability, but she gravitates toward the man who cannot be subdued. She says she wants kindness, but she responds to the man who places his purpose above her emotions. She says she wants a perfect gentleman, but she falls for the man whose confidence comes from inner strength, not external approval. These contradictions are not flaws. They are the architecture of desire. The mind seeks safety, the heart seeks fire, and the rare man who offers both becomes unforgettable. The forbidden secret Machiavelli would reveal is simple. A man must never collapse his identity into affection. He must be generous but not emptied, present but not surrendered, loving but not dependent. The strongest desire grows where there is balance, where a woman can feel closeness but also sense the edge of your independence. That edge is what gives your presence weight. It is what makes your time valuable, your attention meaningful, your words impactful. Women do not crave men who are always available. They crave men who are selective. Selective with emotion, selective with energy, selective with access. And not because he is withholding, but because he respects his own life enough not to scatter it. Machiavelli believed that value is determined by rarity. And in a world where men are endlessly chasing, messaging, proving, and performing, the man who moves slowly, intentionally, calmly becomes a rare event. a phenomenon. A presence that provokes curiosity and admiration without a single word spoken. This is why emotional self-governance is the core of male power. When a man remains steady in moments of distance, uncertainty, or tension, he signals that he cannot be dominated by emotion. And that restraint is profoundly attractive. It communicates maturity, confidence, and inner sovereignty. Machiavelli taught that the strongest rulers were those who could not be easily swayed. The same applies in desire. The man who reacts to every emotional shift becomes forgettable. The man who holds his center becomes irresistible. Here's the forbidden truth in its purest form. Female desire awakens in the presence of a man who belongs first to himself. A man who carries the aura of someone who doesn't fear loss, who doesn't beg for reassurance, who doesn't bargain with his dignity. A man whose actions flow from purpose, not need. And the moment you embody this, genuinely, not theatrically, everything changes. Your conversations shift. Your energy shifts. The way people respond to you shifts. You stop chasing connection because your presence starts generating it naturally. Machiavelli would say that a man like this commands desire without demanding it. He creates attraction through composure, maintains it through purpose, and deepens it through emotional discipline. And once you understand this, you stop trying to be perfect. You stop trying to win affection like a prize. Instead, you become the man who chooses, not the man who waits to be chosen. Because in the end, the forbidden secret is not about manipulating anyone. It's about mastering yourself. And when a man masters himself, he becomes the one thing desire cannot resist.